You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of the 7-part Pact Preview Actual Play. As you can see, we're working on a skeleton crew today, but we do have enough wizards to continue. The magic must go on. I guess let's go left to right and quickly introduce ourselves. Starting with Ira.
I'm Ira, and I am playing Vega Mazerat, the Pax Necromancer, who is so sad and so tired and so flat, like a planarian at the end of its life.
Hi, I am Wendy Ripson of Pippin, and I will be playing Neil, All Shall Neil of House Cornusang, a gigantic creature of magic, which one would say maybe might and magic at the same time. Very strange, I know. Novel, even. And I will be in charge of matters violent and hierarchical.
I'm Lilith Lilac Leviathan. I'm playing Dennis. I'm on a boat.
He's on a boat.
Yeah.
I'm J Dragon, and I'm playing Orm the Old, who has returned from sabbatical, who has spent quite a bit of time studying the deepest arts of magic, and is now back at, to discuss the issues facing librarians.
Hell yeah. And I am Darling Demon Eclipse, she, they. I am playing Sleepyhead the Sorcerer, who I think is still just trying to figure out what the hell to do with this incredible talisman of ancient magic that he recently received. Besides being a little gender fucky about it. And yeah, so some of you who watched last time might notice that unfortunately the folks who we have missing are the people who were going to do things last time. So I think we're actually just gonna hop right into Wizard Moot. If everyone is okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Was chat not working?
I don't see anything in chat, but I also think that maybe we just haven't gotten it. Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
there's that. Okay.
There we go. We have the scroll chattering. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, so, obviously, as always, Sleepyhead will be sat, in her... I mean, in his...
Of course.
in his throne, at the orrery, awaiting the other wizards. Who will arrive first?
Orm the Old arrives, I think, a little late. He is a little. It's hard to tell if he looks older than usual or just if his wrinkles have set in even more. He definitely has another arm or two. And he arrives as if he is arriving early and is a little confused that other people are surprised at his lateness.
Mm-hmm.
Old Shalniel will be here exactly at the convened hour as always. Right as rain. Very back straight, armor clinking and shining in the sun. Casting obsidian reflection across the walls, and just take a seat on his massive throne, on his massive chair, rather, at his end.
So
Okay.
Vega is frequently late to the Wizard Moot, but today he is just not here. He does not arrive. He is probably asleep in his lair because he had a rough month.
Real. Dennis, who usually shows up like a day beforehand, is also absent. Also probably sleeping in his boat. Yeah.
Well, it seems that is as many as we are going to be today.
Must be busy.
I know for a fact that Mouserot has been quite hard at work, and we know that Dennis does not shirk, or at least does not miss such meetings unless he doth have important matters.
Yeah, I think Sleepyhead would what do you call it? Kind of set forward a little bit. Sleepyhead, notably for Orm, who has not been here, looks more androgynous than normal, like notably so. And I think he kind of like steeples his hands or steeples his fingers and thinks for a moment and says, Yes, they must be busy. We should... I suppose we should get to it. The Warlock, all shall kneel. What business do you bring?
Well, the court is in quite a bit of hustle and bustle. I have news that the king shall have a child this April, if nothing happens to his, shall I say, paramour. To catch up our friend, however, our brother who has been away for quite some time.
Away.
Away
What do
from.
you mean? I was just down in the library for it can't have been more than a week or two.
Ah, it has been 2 months.
I see. Please, inform me of what has occurred then.
Oh, brother.
Well, as you might recall, Vega sought my help in dealing with the bandits who had taken hostage his sister. I took your advice into consideration when sorting out the matter. I agree with what you had said 2 months ago. If you don't recall, you
Yeah, Orm
arose-
stares at you with big, unblinking eyes, like, yes, what I said 2 months ago.
Yup. I still recall it. You said people used to be scared of us. Well, I made sure to strike fear into their hearts. The bandits have been scared stiff into hiding. Those who still remember the name of the bandit queen. Pirate queen? That, see, the name already escapes me. Have resorted to petty and underhanded plots that I shall see dealt with shortly.
Oh.
We've
Wonderful.
also had an influx of pilgrims who have been curious about the magical goings on in Asia. I believe some of them are interested in the matters at your library. I hope they were not too big of a problem for your research.
Orm continues to stare at you. Completely has no fucking clue what you were talking about.
Yeah. Neil, being gracious, just like does not comment on it, just like nods. It's like, yeah, sometimes you get lost pondering your orb, and so you don't deal with a bunch of fucking pilgrims who who want to learn magic from you. Like,
Yeah,
what,
I mean, I
what
wouldn't
do you
teach
owe them?
Right, like I wouldn't teach them, even if they
Yeah.
asked very nicely.
Like, why would I care? Like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
like it's not like he expects you to care. He's just like, you want to know what's happened, there you have it.
Yeah.
We also have had quite a bit of meteorological trouble that I assume is the reason why Dennis is not here. Several islands have been lacking resources. This is being dealt with, and I believe that is a fair overview of what you have missed broadly. Sleepyhead, have I missed anything?
No. Although, I do worry that there are perhaps other things afoot, though I don't quite have words for them yet. Machinations.
Are you
Ah,
having nightmares, sleepyhead?
Always.
Hmm. Well, for
Are
those
you
curious, my research has been going well. I expect that we should be able to develop the newest draft of a new grimoire for us magic users sometime within the next 8 or 9 decades, I would say.
Not a terrible font of time.
No. Eminently doable. In fact, I would even say expedient considering the estimates given by my students previously.
I seem to recall much dire estimations. So this is good news. Capital, even.
Perhaps, unlike my father, I'll live to see the end of one of these ones. Well,
Orm shrugs. I feel like there's a lot left unsaid. I mean, certainly the fact that Sleepyhead, you have this amulet which you are not speaking of. The fact that the three of us have no news to report on, right? The fact that it's a very unremarkable wizard mood for the three of us. And that I think that there is a sense of things fraying that we are not articulating here.
yeah, for sure.
Neil is boring holes into Sleepyhead, to be clear.
Yeah.
Well, boring a single hole because Neil is a Cyclops, but still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sleepyhead is very
Like-
much staring straight ahead from his throne and not looking at Orm or All Shall Kneel.
Like, do we have anything more we wish to discuss, or do we want to move to the next month?
I'm thinking, would Dennis and Vega, like, are we forgetting something that you think our characters would probably want to mention?
I don't
I
think
think-
so because Vega
think-
tends to slump in and say, "Hey, none of you got killed by foes of death, right? So I did my job
Yeah.
this month," and generally does not offer more than that.
I also personally think that if there's something we forgot, it makes sense our characters forgot, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
We
think-
are old men.
yes, very true,
Like-
extremely so.
One of us is extremely old, but Sleepyhead and Neil are also like, we're not in our prime, I don't think.
I'm using my long COVID to simulate being an ancient wizard. All right.
Yeah, it's method acting.
I think that's a fine wizard mood. Which brings us into to the orrery, I believe.
Yeah.
Which we're already on. So, how does this look actually?
Oh.
It's not too bad. Yeah, we're wrapping up the month. I don't think there were any end of month things besides stuff that Molly would have handled, but I guess Molly will push this forward a bit.
Yeah, those would normally be things that happen before the moot, also. So they're just probably Molly can figure out how she wants to handle those.
Let's adjust the orrery. I'm gonna do that really quick.
Yay! Yippee!
Yippee!
Yay.
Oh, that didn't work.
Have a month suspiciously free of consequences.
Yeah, nothing bad can
Yay.
happen ever again.
Yippee!
I'm
We
not.
can do whatever we want forever.
I'm not even afraid anymore.
Wow, this
Look
game is
offer.
easy.
So true.
And this one goes one little thingy forward, and the sun goes to Leo.
What does that do?
Oh
And
yeah, one
Mercury?
thing you missed, Jay, is
Did Mercury move?
Neil
Yeah,
just like
Mercury
frantically
moved.
pushing Saturn forward so that the king stops being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Did Mercury move?
I'm
Yeah,
fairly certain I moved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched-
Mercury.
I watched you move it.
Okay, yeah.
I was
Alright.
laser focused.
Cool. Locked in.
Mm-hmm.
I like to move it, and by it, I mean Mercury.
Yeah. Watching
Cool.
stars.
Yeah, what's going on?
Do.
I'm using the slightly updated, which was at the time, which is newer than the most recent version of the librarian. Sorry, the most newer than the version of the librarian I was using, but is like now at this point just not a thing I'm using, but still stable version of librarian rules. So I've they're slightly different for people who are trying to keep track at home. Which, if you are, why? Let me see what's going on with me.
Yeah, I'm just picturing the like, in episode 4 you used rules from from December
God.
2023.
Oh Lord.
Listen, if we had fans that are that dedicated, I honestly think I don't know if like my annoyance would not be compensated by my like a bit of
Yeah,
pride.
I would have enough money to live.
Mhm.
Eclipse, that's too real.
Listen,
You're right, but fuck.
Yeah, you
It
didn't
seems
have to say it
in
that
the
way.
library. In the library, it seems that floor. What is going on here? A rival sect of librarians have opened up a doorway to floor 17, which is the floor on meditations and self-reflections, and has attempted to take it over. So that's what's going on in the library.
wild.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's just normal to me. That just happens every day.
Normally this would be for the chain keeper, but I need to ask somebody else to grab one of the foes of death
Mhm.
at the gates and move it closer, avoiding gates I have been recently. The last gate Vega was at was the glass gate.
Mhm. That would probably be the sorcerer. Sorcerer, do you want to take on Chainkeeper stuff this session, or should I
Yeah,
do that?
I can gladly do that. So what was
Cool.
the specifics of it?
It was choose any foe of death and move them up one gate.
Okay,
But just not to the
Oh.
glass one because Vega's stink still lingers.
I see.
Oh no.
Got that Vega stink on it.
Let's move fucking Carlisle up to the furnace.
Yay.
Let's get a glut of guys going over there.
It's getting crowded up here.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's my only thing going on though. Sometimes
Sure.
Saturn being so tiny is useful for me.
Yeah, it's just a little guy.
It's a little guy.
I have really bad news, everyone.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, that looks bad.
Oh,
Hang on.
I'm not an expert, but looking over, that looks pretty bad.
Let's give this a look.
Oh yeah, no, that's a bad weather forecast if ever I saw one.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad to me.
The weather's
I
fucked,
think
buddy.
more little clouds than I've ever seen on this slide the entire time we've been playing.
Yeah. It's very
Wow.
funny too because of the plan that I have in motion with the Halcyon Isle. It's gonna make it interesting, I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah,
it is
this rules for us,
storming.
actually.
Yeah, there is storms have come to the Isles.
Yeah. Wait, so terrestrial is... I should really
Wow,
have
I
these
have been
here.
watching the stars. Huh, quiet month for me, comparatively.
Yeah.
End of the story.
You've got Jupiter in Sag. Or whatever. I don't know what that does for you. Or
Yeah, it
doesn't.
does things, but like it's only two planets doing things.
That's true.
So we have a Starkeeper question. A member of the
Yes.
courts is moved closer to the king.
This one. Okay. Hmm. Let's make the steward his confidant.
Oh yeah, let's have a little bit more drama in
Let's
this
have a
war.
party head.
A party boy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I
then
think
questions
both
for
are
the
good.
chain keeper. So
I'll
like
do that
either
really quick.
you or if you want to take that one, Jay, just for like
No, I think
diversity.
whoever wants to hold on to the chain keeper, which I think makes sense as
Gotcha.
Eclipse.
Yeah, I
Unless
can be.
Eclipse, you would rather I hold on to it.
I can be the chain head.
Then someone dangerous to the Pact joins the court. Who are they, and what's their agenda?
Oh,
I'd
interesting.
love to have something to talk to. Like if I'm allowed to pitch, I'd love to have something to talk to a wizard about, like something that's like kind of tied to the problems in their domain. So
I gotcha. What about? I mean, it could be a ghoul collar. It could be like a, like a highfalutin ghoul collar that has entered the zone.
ooh, what's that?
Ghoul collars are kind of like, if I'm understanding this correctly, Jay, are like lesser mages of necromancy, essentially.
Bootleg necromancers who haven't put the
Yeah.
hours in like I have.
Uh-huh.
My water companion. Who's my water companion?
I don't
Oh.
know.
There is a joke. There is a gross
Oh,
joke to make here, and
my
I wanted to do
homunculus.
it, and I want you all to appreciate me for not making that joke.
My
Oh.
homunculus cannot pleasure me.
No.
See? I'm being very, very, very good here. I'm being very behaved.
Me when my
Unfortunately,
homunculus is unpleasurable.
Well, the people of the Marble Isle are restless and fraught, which I think means that I think that like my homunculus is located. Yeah, my homunculus works at the college, and I think that like because of the isolation caused by the storms, like the college is shut down and classes are canceled, so I can't
Oh.
get there to like see my homunculus. So I'm left feeling very restless and without companionship.
It's okay. You're not the wettest of the wizards here.
True.
I'm not. I'm really not. Yeah, I'm pretty dry.
Pretty dry.
Pretty dry wizard.
Yeah. Wait, is the Marble Isle isolated? I got a little boat to
Yes.
the orrery.
No, you are isolated because of Saturn being in the season.
Oh, this is what I mean by I don't know any of the rules anymore.
The creator of this game, everyone.
Listen, I am writing the game. That's why I don't know the rules.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's so real though. I think everyone in this game can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ira, you remember one of the best piece of game designs ever created, Smoke Weed and Do Something? You remember what's in that book?
I do remember Smoke Weed and Do Something. That's a good little book.
It is a good book.
Do we want to put our tokens down?
I think-
Yeah, I gotta figure out. There's still more stuff for sorcerer. Sorry,
Oh, yeah,
it's a little juggly.
Yes, it is.
Consequence. Okay, I'm simply going to. I just gotta figure out what this consequence will be, but I'll do that as I go through this. So, first sphere, librarian, you have a visitor.
I'm a visitor.
Scholars from beyond this place would like to talk to you. They would like to speak.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, that's that, and then also, Mariner,
Oh.
some, weird little cultist guys want to talk to you. And then, Warlock, something bad is going to happen. and I'll let you know what that is in a moment here. Hmm. Oh.
That doesn't sound good.
The king would like to speak with you. If you do not spend time to speak with him, you will not. You'll be pushed towards the back of the court.
That's fine. That I can deal with that.
Needy bastard. Alright, what am I gonna do this month? I'm going to the moot.
Hell yeah. Yeah, let's start placing tokens.
Do we want to give an overview of what we saw in the stars?
Oh yeah, is there anything that hasn't been accounted for that folks want to talk about? For the
Yes.
stars?
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of doing that as well, but yeah, what else is going on?
What's the ghoul caller's agenda for the court?
Oh,
And does he appear?
I think they want to
Can I-
learn. They want to learn more about the warlock.
Can I make a pitch
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
agendas? Because agendas are most interesting when they are dramatic and explosive, especially like because this result of a star thing. So what if it's something more like turn the king against the necromancer or something?
Oh, that's really good. I like that one a lot. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Great. Okay.
And where does the ghoul caller appear?
Let's go with bottom right. Awesome.
This court is getting crowded. I need to behead some peoples.
A worthless wretch.
Classic.
Okay. Anything else that hasn't been covered? Oh, I keep forgetting that's the orrery.
A lot of storm.
Lot of storm.
If you see the south side of Isha is about to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like hurricane in a place that doesn't usually get hurricanes. It doesn't have the infrastructure for it, kind of fucked up.
Uh-huh. Seems bad. If I had to
Seems
just kind of
bad.
give my personal opinion on it.
Yeah.
In mechanical terms for the audience, the entire southern side of the land of the archipelago little map is covered in typhoons, which are not good.
That only happens when Isha's having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta stop making treasures this month because I keep doing that, or I should keep doing it because it's really fun. I have such a
Alright, time to
glorious
do
collection.
stuff.
Yeah. Frickin' stuff time.
Stufftime.com.
Stuff dot saying stuff like stuff.com as in yum.com is really that's fun.
.com.
That's
I love when things are .com.
it's a real white woman moment.
Oh god. I have placement tokens.
Awesome. I'm
Orm is ready for business.
perusing.
Yeah, let me.
I'm actually just control F spend time so I can remember what I can do.
Yeah, I need to pull up my dentist cheat sheet.
I'm just straight up gonna spend all of my time at court this month. Fuck it. Like,
Awesome.
these fuckers need trimming. Some of them have enjoyed neck privileges for too long.
Ugh.
And also, I want to have a scene with the king because the king is cool, is nice. Like he's a character, and I love him. He is my perfect little fail son.
There's a maneuver here. Although I might actually wait to do this until Sasha's in the game. And we'll do something else.
For the scene with the scholars, that's a scene, right? So I don't have to put my star on it?
Yes, you do have to put a token there, though.
Yes, yep.
Okay, I'm going to place things in various locations.
So yes, for those tuning in who may not know how 7-Part Pact operate, we are
Yes.
currently placing our tokens on various parts of various mini board games that we're basically all playing at different stages.
Yeah.
And deciding what we're going to do today, Phineas, and this month.
Yeah.
We can either spend that on our specific kind of special wizard boy thing, or help someone else with their domain. Although you only do that with someone's direct assent. Otherwise, that's a violation of Pact law.
Yeah, sent to Wizard Court.
Yeah, you get punished
Scary.
with the wizard whip or something.
Mhm.
Lilith keeping it together.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Listen, I heard Wizard Whip and blacked out.
How COVID, yeah.
You're normal, Lilith. You're so
It does
normal.
feel. I have. It's come up exactly once. A wizard's gotten whipped in exactly one game of 7-Part Pact I played. But I believe with our help, at some point, we can be number 2.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yes.
Hey,
We
Vega,
all work
Vega.
together.
Yeah.
Listen,
we can-
I'm just saying that one of the things you've missed also last session is is Neil paying a visit to Vega to say, "Hey, I'm calling in my wizard chit." And so, as you know, Neil's a cannibal, right? So,
Yes, as I know.
because you know, and so Neil arrives as a lady of the court into the laboratory where Vega is currently like gutting a whole bunch of human corpses, wearing nothing but a lead apron, long lead gloves, and long lead boots.
Cool. It's work
Mhm.
clothes.
Yeah, work clothes. So basically, this woman sees her crush wearing basically nothing while surrounded by very tasty looking people. She was so normal.
Mhm.
I have art of Vega's
Oh,
work outfit that I can
Oh
pop in
yeah.
chat.
Oh fuck yeah. Do you mind if I put that on stream? Do you mind if I put that
Oh.
on stream when you
Yeah, I just gotta find it.
Awesome.
Where did I tag it? It's just Vega. No,
I think I'm situated.
Mhm.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that yeah, if there is whipping afoot,
Mhm.
I think I have ideas and I'm gonna write them down because otherwise I'm gonna forget them. But I do not want to spoil chat too much.
Yeah, here, do you want me to put it in voice text here so you can the first one in the top left has Vega's work clothes.
Hell yeah. Here, I can
Except he's wearing more clothes here than the no, in bottom left we have an accurate
Here's what I'll
Mhm.
do.
Accurate depiction.
I'm gonna.
Has everyone placed their tokens?
Yes,
I
I have.
have done mine.
I have also done mine.
We're gonna do a little trick here.
I usually plan mine out, and then place my tokens.
No, it's not gonna appear. Oh, wait, hang on. That's not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna. Here, we're gonna just quickly. I just want to quickly show that image because you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good art.
Just for lore information.
Commission Ira also smiles.
Yeah.
Hi.
Look at this creature. Look at this sopping wet beast.
This is a critter.
It's little tadpole ass fail son.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I'm
everybody,
good.
everybody's okay. All right. So as usual, we will go down the order of wizards, and each of us will do one token at a time, 1 week, and then we'll loop back. All right. So, starting with the necromancer, Ira. Get you set up here.
So one of the first things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be spending time with one of my companions. I'm going to be spending time with my water companion, who is my familiar, a giant corpse eater, which is a huge, massive centipede. But unlike most familiars, even though he calls it his familiar, Vega's corpse eater doesn't do anything. Like, it can't talk, and it doesn't do it. It's just a centipede. It's just a huge centipede. But I think that his corpse eater is molting this month, and so he's just kind of laying in his bed, helping his corpse eater molt and pulling off little plates of its chitin or whatever that it's shedding, which is an activity that he really enjoys. And that's going to give me +1 water for the month.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Next up is the warlock.
Hi. We are going to push the gold collar up. Making him merely irritating to the king in order to keep the tutor away, as it is a creature of the devil, and we want that shit dealt with quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair.
A question: does that make the tutor get imprisoned right away, or does that mean I will have to spend a token to kick him out proper?
You will have to. So what will happen is if anyone at any point gets pushed back, then he will fall. Like if he falls off, he gets imprisoned, right? So like if younger daughter goes back into ward, righteous nephew would go into irritating, ghoul caller would go into worthless, and then tutor would fall off, and that makes tutor leave.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, cool, fun.
So it's like a chain reaction that occurs.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
My turn.
Yeah, next is the
Mariner.
Mariner. Up, and up.
Well, the time I'm spending is nice and easy. You said there was cultists coming to see me.
Yeah,
I
they
want
want
to
to say
see what's
hi.
up with them. Yeah, what's their deal?
They're very cryptic and strange about what they want and what they're coming for, and even what they are necessarily so devout towards. They talk about the moon a lot. They meet you at night and they look up at the moon and they smile at it, with these wide yellow grins. But otherwise, They don't really have to. They don't seem to have much to say.
Neat.
Yeah.
I think as far as Dennis is concerned, he'll sit and listen to what they have to tell him. Otherwise, I think he's just going to assume that these are Fae fucking with him.
Fair enough. And let me just remind myself how that works. Over here. Watching the stars. Do I give those? Ah, yes, you gain a gift. Let me give you a gift.
Yay, a gift.
Let me give you a little treat. Mariner's gifts. We'll go with that. You may add or remove a shipping route, cloud, or storm on your map.
Not a typhoon.
Not a typhoon.
Oh.
Although, is a typhoon a storm?
No,
No.
Okay.
typhoons are different from storms.
No, you cannot remove a typhoon then.
I am going to unisolate the Graven Isles.
Awesome.
Yay.
put a shipping route right there.
Cool. All right. Up next is the librarian.
Hi, I would love to meet with the scholars. I think I will welcome them in how do they make it to the Marble Isle despite the rains?
They're Let me remind myself what the deal is with these people. Because I think they may have interesting ways of doing this. Yeah. They came in on a statue of pumice that they seemingly displaced from some place somewhere. And are using some sort of old technique that might be magical, but it seems mundane. To drive the thing through the wild winds and storms.
I think that I receive them. There's a lot of like the Marble Island is not unused to typhoons, right? Like this is an archipelago where it rains, and so there are like kind of like evacuation housing for the students and faculty, like or even just like tents set up. I'm imagining like that kind of like they've kind of had to move a lot of folks out of the college and like into like more temporary housing up higher where it's like more isolated from the rains. And so I think I receive them in a very large blue tent where I've brought a lot of books and I have a lot of students kind of frantically working to keep the rain out. And like in one case, there's one student who is like has like a bucket and is just like pulling bucketfuls of water away from the tent flaps and like pushing it with a big rod to keep the water out. And I am working very hard. I have my desk. I had some students lug my desk with me up the mountain, and I am working at it. And I do not speak to the scholars until they speak to me first.
Yeah, they prowl through these books with a hunger that is not.
Oh no! Whoa! No! The moment one of them goes to touch a book, I slap their hand, and I'm like, "Who are you, and what do you think you're doing?"
I think this kind of nervous younger scholar doesn't speak and instead looks towards a much older person with like visible burns on their face, who is covered in a sort of thin veneer of rags, and that person kind of slowly approaches, stroking their beard, and says, "My apologies. the fletchlings do not necessarily know their place. They have been instilled with a certain curiosity, but not the prudence to match it. I hope,
This is not true of all young ones.
Oh. Perhaps it is. But nonetheless, I assure you that this is not something that will happen again.
I have respect for him. He seems to understand how the world works. Who is he? Who are you?
Well, he is Howard, a young man from well, we gathered him up north. We are
Who are you? And who are all of you?
we are travelers. If I am honest, we have heard that there is wizardry in Isha. And of course, our nature is scholarly. We are, well, we've been given many names. The thousands, the dreaming few, the nature keepers in the rivers, but mostly we are just men and women seeking to know.
I cannot share any of the secrets of magic with you. The practicalities of such performance are kept carefully guarded.
Ah, yes, I'm sure they are. We well, we'll it's a very interesting practice, isn't it?
Indeed. And, while I cannot offer you any of our practical wisdom, there are a number of theoretical scholars here and a great number of theoretical treatises on magic, which, if you wish to stay and study, you may learn from.
Then I suppose we will pick their brains. I appreciate your hospitality, Orm.
Of course.
And yeah, they'll give a little bow and kind of gently tap Howard on the shoulder and kind of whisper something gently to them, and then step away to talk to some of the other scholars.
Wow, throughout this entire conversation, about half of my hands were still taking notes, looking through books, and like flipping open books and like running like as if they were braille, but they are flat ink, right? And I'm taking notes on pieces of paper, and throughout kind of all of that, I was like continuing to work while discussing with them. And as they depart, I return to work as if nothing had happened.
Love that. Something good will happen from this.
Yeah.
The scholars enjoy the company of the librarian scholars and seem to impart something. Let's go with let's actually go with a I will invite you to improve your isle or sanctum, and make any changes if you'd spent time there.
I will. I'm going to add to my isle. The Marble Isle, is a popular site for traveling scholars and historians looking to learn more about the rare preserved tradition of magic otherwise lost outside Isha.
Awesome.
And its halls are home to countless visitors from across the faraway sea. Thank you. I love that.
Hell yeah. Very cool. Next is me.
You've been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole. Sleepyhead does kind of have a bit of a samurai beard. I have to.
I see it.
I'm kind of identifying that.
Yeah, I kind of cooked
Yeah.
here, TBH.
You did.
Design wise,
Um,
the same glasses as well.
wait, does
God.
Sleepyhead have glasses?
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were talking about Orm, who
No,
also kind of has.
a little
Listen, I
bit.
cooked with those designs.
He did.
Mhm.
I have a dream for Orm.
Mm.
Wow.
Because sometimes this happens. Um, and I think, uh, oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, I have something really gnarly here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the dream is, there is a woman, the sorcerer's mother, in fact, a woman named Starnetta, who,
Mm-hmm.
um, possesses a flower seed, and the woman who was previously sick and unable to walk stands and goes to a garden outside of her room and plants the seed, and it grows into a tree that reveals vast knowledge. A tree that's a actually, I think it's a flower that is covered in, like, its actual petals are pages, and each page
Mm-hmm.
seems to contain things in like ciphers that Orm cannot even like recall, texts and fonts that are fully unfamiliar. Um, and then the dream ends.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Orm rarely dreams, and I don't think he likes it when he has that dream.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Up next is back to the Necromancer.
Yeah. Going to be spending time with another companion. This time my sister. So last time I was with my centipede, who takes care of my emotional life, my intimacy, compassion, comfort. My sister is supposed to take care of my daily life, providing clean clothes, food, and a tidy sanctum. She does not do this. Not only because she's dead, but because we hate each other so bad. Um, and so instead, I think what this is Vega is kind of stomping around his lair, half-heartedly cleaning things up, while just kind of yelling at the incense burner that his sister's soul exists in. Just kind of little jabs of, and you're welcome, by the way, that I got you back from the bandits. I didn't have to. I could have left you there forever. They could have put cigarettes out in you. But it's fine. I'll do it anyway. Um and I saw Soren, by the way. I went down to the gates of death. He looks awful. Pathetic. He can't even keep himself together, even in death. And as this goes on, it becomes clear that like he is getting something out of this. Otherwise, like, why would he be talking to her at all? Um, but I do not think his sister is capable of speech, but I don't think that she responds at all. And
It's
so I get plus
enrichment for the
zero.
both of them.
I get plus 0 to Earth because she hates me so bad, and that did nothing for me.
Awesome. Love that. Okay. Next up is Neil, the Warlock. Jump. Jump.
Hi. We are going to get uh we are going to get the steward in the position of guide to the king, just because he's fun, and the king has recently Neil has knows the king has been wanting more parties, and this is kind of his way of kind of like buttering the king up before he has to meet him. And that way, also, we push the younger daughter down, which pushes the righteous nephew down, which pushes the gold collar down, which gets the tutor out of the way.
Awesome. Love that.
World's
Whee!
easiest.
Love political dominoes.
We're all going down the slide.
Whee!
Cool. Next is the Mariner. What's up,
Mariner time. I'm spending what time with the wife?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend time with the wife, which gives me +1 to water. And I think this looks similar. They're just sailing around, doing some fishing, having a grand old time on sea.
Wife
Um,
moment.
Yeah. The Dennis's wife, what the hell is her name? Solivana. Kind of a big woman. Has a fake beard, for when sailing. Um, real,
I
real
love
great person. It's a good time. And also notably, Dennis finds a real nice piece of driftwood.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Awesome.
Um,
Dennis!
For the librarian, for Orm, I am spending time with my students this month because of the whole college flooded thing. So I'm actually having to spend a lot of time with them and put up with their nonsense, and I'll get +1 Earth as I end up actually doing a lot of practical like a lot of teaching for them as actually in my as I'm walking them through the kind of weird and mysterious symbols and charts and references I'm putting together.
For fucking once, you gotta hang out with your goddamn students.
For once, I have to actually do my job, and of course, like, what is Orm building in there? What magic is Orm actually working on? We'll have to find out.
Yeah. Mysterious. Alright. The sorcerer is gonna spend a little time at home.
I love how we're all just having a chill month. This is a really
Yeah.
relaxed month.
We're taking it easy. Besides my little machinations, let me see here. So I can. Do you want to spend time at the Sanctum, or do you want to spend time at the Isle? Let's spend time at the Sanctum. Let's see. So I can cheese up to 1 which I have no need for anymore. I can add another detail. I think I still like my bed being soft. I actually like the idea that I'm gonna get rid of food must be brought. I think the Isle has kind of flourished with the sorcerer's new vestments, with the
Yay!
with the the general beautification and empowerment of the sorcerer. And so I think that there is there are orchards and grains of barley that actually are those called chinampas? Yes, they're artificial agriculture islands floating around the Fallen Star. Agriculture island floating around the Fallen Star, which grow. It's magical. We'll go with peaches and barley. I think that's fun. Okay. So yeah, the Fallen Star is like self-reliant in terms of food now. I declare. And back to Vega the Necromancer.
Hey, it's time. It's time for Vega to leave the house. Um, Vega's gonna be going to the Halcyon Isle, and I need to ask the Warlock about. I feel like I remember something from your codex about one of the rules about the Halcyon Isle is you have to be wearing elaborate clothes. There's a dress code.
You have to be serving cunt.
So if you could describe to me just in terms of style and like the amount of layers, what is the minimum amount of cunt that Vega could get away with? Because that's how he's
So,
gonna show up.
so the point, first things first, is that the point is that it's expensive. You have to be flaunting how rich you are. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing to take into account. The second thing to take into account is that this month uh, the fashion that's in the time is. Someone give me a prompt for a fashion. Actually, hey, let's take a prompt here.
I'm a
Big
big Regency
hats.
fan. I'm a big Regency endorser.
Okay. Yeah, Regency. So it's like crinoline. You have to be wearing crinoline somehow, but it has to be like you have to subvert it because right now, like the court is kind of like in its like bad boy way, bad boy like era where we're like, oh, we're being imaginative with it, you know? So like it has to be crinoline that you wear in a way that you're not supposed to wear a crinoline.
We may be gonna do the like early 2010s vaguely emo, vaguely steampunk design element of the exposed hoop skirt crinoline cage with no actual skirt on top of it.
Yes, that would be. I feel that fits pretty well both like the the state like the role and also the vibe of Vega. Like I don't think anyone would raise an eyebrow at that either, which is really good.
And I'll say that since I always have my centipede clinging to me, I think that I've put a little bow on my centipede as well. I think that my centipede has it's got a little something.
Awesome.
As long as
Um,
like the cage is made of like expensive metal and the bow is made of like fucking cashmere or something, you're good.
Alrighty. Um, Vega is miserable in this, by the way. It's not even that the outfit is bad or anything. He's just mad that he had to do it. Um, but I'm gonna show up on the Halcyon Isle to fulfill my favor to All Shall Kneel, which is to make everyone fucking miserable. Um, and I'm gonna cast a spell for that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do some magic.
Do you want to have a scene about it before, perhaps like of Neil welcoming Vega to the Halcyon Isle, or do you just want to get straight to the meat of casting the spell and like describing what it does?
Love to do a scene. I also this doesn't have to come up in the scene, but I almost forgot. I do want to pitch something about
Yeah,
the ghoul collar. Um, which is I've said before that one of Vega's little quirks is that he does and has been since he was a teenager, sometimes sneak out to the ghoul caller raves that happen in the crypts uh of the Necromancer's Isle. This is a thing that he does. Does he know this guy? Like, are we gonna potentially recognize each other in a way that is more than just, oh, you're the guy who just became the necromancer? Because I think that
I
would be
mean,
fun.
it's your ex. Like it has to be your ex, right?
I think we got to do the there has been such I am firm about I think Vega has never ever fucked ever in his life.
No, of
But
course.
of course not. But I do think that there have been absolutely past ghoul collar rave incidents with this
Yeah,
particular guy.
yeah.
But anyway, scene. Let's do a scene and then let's make everyone miserable.
Yay.
All right. So your ship would be welcomed to the port of the Halcyon Isle by in great pomp by Neil and her entourage of sycophants and nobles who fucking hate her. She is wearing so the way she is wearing her crinoline is like as like she's basically like made crinoline like arm. How do you say that? Like it's around her arm and it's just like hanging and giving her like a kind of like emperor penguin look. All in black and whites, with some with like on the edges of the crinoline, like you have like a lot of like very rich patterns, describing like that show off people toiling toiling for the glory of the crown. It's like very detailed because she's enormous, so you can just like work a lot of detail, and it does not look out of proportion on her because she's just so massive. Um, she wears a tasty little bonnet with that, and like the like she looks she also but she of course that bonnet has little bells just hanging from it, which just like tinkle in the most annoying manner possible because she is the fool of the court, and she performs. And her entourage are as much as here like are here as much to like cheer her on and make her look good and also mock her.
I think that Vega he has a couple of his mortuary nuns with him, just kind of flanking him as his entourage. Probably only like two. And I think he comes out and kind of does a double take at the outfit and he goes, "Oh God, I forgot that when you're out of your armor, you're a clown."
It's true that I made quite an impression on you, didn't I? She brushes a thumb against her cheek to remind him of what happened last time, when she brushed away some blood from his cheek.
Vega seems perturbed by this. And he's gonna pet his centipede and change the subject, which is that it is storming like hell, I'm assuming, because the weather
Yes.
is very, very bad. And he's gonna look around and go, it's actually somewhat nicer here than I expected. This is good. I can work with this.
Well, of course, a scion of the Mousehot family is sure to put the midnight sun up in our eyes with his arrival.
Yeah. And he's kind of looking at the entourage and he said, "Do all these people have to be here, or
They do not.
go make
Uh,
them go? Get rid of them."
hmm. You're making a demand of me,
I
Sir
am.
Mousehot. Well, aren't we feisty today? Well, we wouldn't want to keep the poor gentleman embarrassed, would we? And she just gestures. The guy who was here, just like uselessly holding up an umbrella, like with his arm way high up and not being able to reach her head, is like, "Me too?" And she's like, "Yes, you too. Shoot, shoot, shoot." And they go be annoying somewhere else.
I do want to note as an aside that Vega and his entourage do not have umbrellas, and they're all just standing there getting wet. And this seems normal to them.
So is Neil, by the way. So is Neil, by the way. She's too big not to be wet.
And now that they're gone, Vega's gonna, okay, all right. We're trying. It's just you want everyone miserable, right? I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna make everyone miserable, and then I can go. Then I can get rid of all this. And he's kind of like angrily rattling the hoop skirt. I can get rid of this, and I can go.
Oh yeah, by the way, as an aside, if anyone wants to insert and play the goal caller, just feel free.
Alrighty.
I would be happy to step in as the gold collar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have
not-
a name for them? Yeah, not yet, but do we have a name for them?
Yeah, whenever you feel like I think I'm gonna lead Vega more like towards the center of the aisle, because you can't just cast a spell like that from the edge of the aisle. You have to be in a place of power, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a garden.
Jay was asking if we have a name for them.
Oh, a name. I don't think I have one. Do you have one? Does anyone have a name?
Margaret. That's just
Margaret?
the first name that came to mind. Yeah.
Right, Margaret.
That's good.
Dennis, you're a menace.
Hell yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Lilith, who is staunchly against fantasy naming conventions, strikes again.
Margaret's an old English name. That counts.
Totally, totally. I just
How
noticed that the
about
king of
Mortimer?
Isha is named Dermond Kerr Zelgex.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the name of the king.
Margaret
Durman
sounds good.
Kerzelgek.
I think Margaret sounds good.
Yeah.
Um,
Margaret is a guy, by the way. Otherwise, he's a witch, right?
Oh, never mind. I don't think his name's Margaret then. I don't.
I mean, he could be a guy named Margaret. That would
I
be
just. I don't want to. I don't want to leap through those. I don't want to. I'll misgender him too much.
I mean, he could just be called. He could be Margit. I mean, that is an Elden Ring boss.
Yeah,
but
Margot is a good name. Yeah.
Margot,
That's a
But also
that's a
means I'm
feminine
gonna be
name in
imagining
French,
him
but
with
sure.
like my friend in my life named Margot, who's actually a woman named Margot, so it works out. But yeah, I think he's like I think he kind of looks like Hypnos from Hades.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Love that.
All right, so we're gonna move further in. Well, let's get back into the scene. Yes, you will be rid of this quite quick. But first, as I'm sure you know, you would be better served at a place of power. Would you like to visit the Halcyon Keep?
Yeah, as long as so here's how it's gonna work, right? Is I have to be able to see them, and you do all seem to be, and Vega's kind of like glancing around and seeing that all around the house, people like socialize with each other and like stand near each other and talk to each other. He's not used to this. This is not how things are on the Grey Mountain. You're all very clustered. If I can see a cluster of the people you want miserable, that would work for me. I just need to be able to see them. If there's a way for me to see them without having to be near them or talked to, observed, that would be good. But
Actually,
whatever's
it's
fast.
so good of you to bring up this point. Does any of you have a what time is it? Like, let's see. Someone use me as a sundial, please. Yes, very well. If we make good time, we should be just in time for you to cast a spell as Friday Night Partridge starts in earnest. Yes, the steward has been very keen on these partridges these days, which will be very convenient for us. Most of the island will be there, and those who aren't will be reached by the spell through proxy. In any case, from the keep, you will have a very good view from most of the isle. The preceding warlocks have made sure of that.
Vega says okay, and is gonna go ahead and meekly follow you there.
To get to the Halcyon Keep, they have to go through various of the estates of the nobles of the Halcyon Isle. Neil makes sure to step in places which makes her the person who these people talk to, rather than you, because and like whenever someone asks you a question, she just answers it for you, like immediately.
Vega was excellent.
Because she knows that like if you know, you will appreciate it. There's just like a very there's a feeling that she takes some like she does this very gleefully. You notice, like it's not often you see Neil seem genuine, like she's genuinely having fun. But this is what she likes, clearly, and some of the people in the crowd notice that too. I think because usually she does not like dealing with those people.
I love that.
And I think that would be a fun moment for Margot to step in, actually.
So Margot's at the party, or is nearby?
Like we're moving towards the Halcyon Keep, just like moving towards like kind of like the nobles that are going about their day being tended to by their servants, like courtesans.
Mhm.
They're going to the party, a lot of them. Like we're moving counter
Mhm.
to the crowd current. So we would
Mhm.
meet people that need to be dealt with, you know?
Yeah, I think that Margot, who is here entirely on account of being like probably the third or fourth son of probably like House Urok, if I remember my old warlock lore, from before my more recent draft.
Let's see. Unsavory noble house, deep coffers, celebrations, black market, chateau in Scuttleports. Yeah, they're shady.
Margot Urok sounds good. I think Margot is distinctly trying to keep his distance, but he is watching. Like the two of you stand out of the crowd very obviously, and so he is kind of perched on the outskirts himself. He's not popular. He's in the shadows. He is watching the two of you cross by and glowering.
Yeah, he's considered a little worthless by the court. And
Yeah, by the king.
Sorry, what?
By the king. Yeah.
Yeah. And Neil is just going to linger a bit to make sure Vega has time to spot Margot.
Yeah, when
Margot's
Vega
trying to stay as inconspicuous as possible. He kind of pushes himself up against into the shadows, like as many shadows as he can find.
Vega when he spots Margot anyway is gonna go and he's gonna kind of stop and unfortunately because he can't help himself make like absolutely direct eye contact. Like it'll be very obvious to Margot that he's been spotted. And he's gonna kind of grab
Have you
at one
ever?
of oh go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you ever been at a party and, or like I had an experience recently where I was at a very. This is how I imagine it plays out because I had an experience recently where I was at a somewhat crowded bar, and a guy I got in a fight with in high school, many hours later. We both grew up in rural New York. He was also at the bar. And this is a bar in Philadelphia, like much, very far away from both of us. I didn't know he'd moved to Philly. And we passed by each other probably 4 or 5 times, and the whole time loudly and aggressively not noticing each other. And that is the energy Margot is channeling. Is extremely like, wow, that's crazy. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, that's fun.
That really irritates Vega. Vega's gonna kind of grab at one of Neil's sleeves, which is not proper court etiquette, and go that one over there. That you see him, right? Him with the stupid hair, the dumb hair.
And Neil is going to sort of like just like step to the side and like tilt her head to like clockwise, like 90 degrees, and just look. And the problem is that being enormous, that's like it actually like just like shifts her angle entirely. So like she's like, okay, yeah, I see a guy now. Oh, it's my first time noticing him. And like she's just
Margot
going
is
to
stepping
engage in
away.
a rare moment of oh, it's someone I can step on. Like someone who's lower than me in the hierarchy. And it's like, yes, oh yes, I have noticed. Quite dumb hair too. And she is so thankful for all the makeup she's wearing, concealing how furiously she is blushing right now.
I think that once Margot has slipped away, Vega loses his nerve entirely and now no longer wants to deal with it and says, never mind, I don't it doesn't matter, it's not important, let's just get it done, let's do I'm gonna go do your favor. But like the damage is done, like
Yeah.
now Neil knows completely that there's something going on here, and also that like it is uh more agitating to Vega than anything normally is. Like Vega loves to scream and cry and complain about things
No,
constantly,
yeah.
but usually does not get like this.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't. Vega does not do anything about the things that bother him unless it really bothers him.
unless he's completely cornered and there's no
Yeah.
way to avoid doing something.
Yeah. Does Vega let go of her sleeve?
Not until he notices that he had grabbed it in the first place, which like takes a little longer than you would assume.
I think Neil is going to be generous towards that and just like gently put a hand on his shoulder so that he like approach it but not put it like very pointedly, not touching him, but being like, it's here. Like it, you are doing this, and if you want to stop, you can, but I'm not stopping you. You know, kind of
Yeah.
that.
Vega's gonna react to that with another ugh and let go immediately. And now I'm ready for a spell if you are.
Yeah, I think this is a good moment. I think we let the rest unsaid. These people are not mature enough to discuss what just happened.
No.
Spell.
Spell.
Give me the magic.
Hell yeah, give us magic. So we're going to mind control an entire island.
Ugh.
We're gonna be casting emotional
shit.
paroxysm.
Hang on.
Paroxysm?
Yeah.
Yes. So the project here that Neil. So for those watching at home, Neil extracted a favor from Vega in exchange of rescuing his sister, and has asked Vega to cast a spell on a troublemaker at court, the mother of the king's child. Will assassinate him, and if is plotting to assassinate the king, and if that happens, as the things are now, it will cause a lot of bullshit within the court that Neil does not want to deal with. He'd much rather the offender find something more interesting to do with her times that do not cause problem at the courts, because Neil's agenda is to just keep the wheels turning. So because the necromancer is good at making people miserable.
Even without magic.
Yeah. It's she is here because she's sad that her role model has died. And so the rationale is, if we make her really, really depressed, and surrounded by a lot of really, really depressed people, rather than keep steady her resolve, she will just sort of be trauma bonded to the court and start playing the game rather than try and bring down the establishment.
So I will remind you, very importantly, before you go further, the conjured emotions, while alien and uncomfortable in the victim's mind, dwell entirely within their mind. Oh, sorry. The wizard must be able to see the individual location of affliction. He cannot prepare the action such emotions will stir. So I will remind you that you can provoke these emotions and you can have your intent, but your magic cannot guarantee that you will receive the results of their behavior. That they might behave as people differently than you would anticipate.
Of course, Neil is Neil thinks he knows how people work, and he doesn't. He thought that killing the queen of bandits would make an example of her. It's made her into a martyr. It's
absolutely.
Neil...
I just wanted to make sure, both for viewers at home and also for your sake, if you're doing a spell of changing an island's emotional state, it might.
Which is why I described all of that as a rationale. It's how he thinks about it.
Absolutely.
He has not consulted his good friend Ormbold on the subject. Otherwise, he might have chosen another path. But also, it's Ira's. That's what Neil has asked for. And what does how Vega decides to play this is entirely up to him, which is why I leave it up to Ira now.
Oh, Vega doesn't give a shit. He'll make these people miserable for no reason. I mean, there is a reason. It's because it's a favor, but he would have done it with no reason anyway, probably. I am going to be casting this at Arcane Import, because it's a group of people no smaller than an island's population. He's also doesn't care enough to try to localize this just to the room or just to the palace even. This is hitting everybody.
Yeah, Neil is just like staying out of his sight, like because he's like right under the thing, so he will not be affected, and neither will his people, I suppose, because like the house.
Oh, I think it's gonna hit you anyway, by splash damage, and once again, I think that Vega's just kind of not. It's not that he doesn't know that, but it's that information is not going to be present in his brain unless he's actively thinking about it, which he's not.
So believe you have like the spell says you have to see the people. So like if you cast it from like the highest tower in the island,
Yeah.
you see most people, but not the people who are directly under your feet. You know.
I would also rule. I'm gonna rule as Tomekeeper here. Also, that you don't need to be able to see everyone of a population. You just need to be able to see enough of them. There doesn't have to be everyone within like that. You from that tower you can see enough people that I think your magic affects the isle.
Okay.
Okay, so
I gotta argue for Neil getting sad sacked by this as well. I mean, provided the magic works, we'll see. Also, just because I think it's really funny.
That's
I think
very
Neil's gotta
funny.
get sad sacked by it.
I mean, I do have wards then, and I'll deal with my.
Yes.
Then I'll go to my wards, but like, yeah,
Yes.
okay. My people will be sad, and that's why what I care about, actually.
Mhm. Notably, also Margot does have wards, so
Okay.
this will.
Oh, Margot has wards. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Margot's
interesting.
a blue collar.
Fun.
That is.
I'm about to make this party suck so bad. It's gonna be with water. I have 2+1 because I spent some quality time with my centipede.
Mhm.
So that's 3d8s. Do we have the
Oh,
the cool
yes, let me
thing,
get
the dice?
my cool... Sorry, I totally forgot to get my cool tool up.
No, that's
Thankfully,
fine.
that's an easy one.
3D dice.
Yeah.
No one else in the court has wards.
Steam has to play nice. Here we go.
So I feel like there's a very beautiful thing right now because everyone's milling about and the tower is there, but there is a storm coming in, right? Like there's like from the house now we can see that kind of very large storm, and I imagine that that's framing this as well. Like you're casting this magic, and at any moment now it's about to start raining and thundering, and the typhoon will reach at any moment.
Well, and I think also, so some of Vega's humble magic is I can conjure shadows along walls to fill the homes and hearts of men with wicked dread. And I can silence the breeze, still all sound, dampen the calls of nature. And I think that just for flavor, he's and it's unusual for him to flourish on his magic. But I think that also seeing Neil enjoying herself has kind of rubbed off on him just a little bit. And he was irritated by the Margot thing, and we know that Vega goes harder on his magic when he's irritated. And so I think he's applying just a little of this ambient dread and this kind of darkening of the rooms, and not the complete silence, but just dulling the music that's happening in this party just a little bit to prep for everything being just a little bit worse and feeling a little lonelier.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I have
3d8?
dice.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is 3d8 because it's arcane.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on.
Alright.
That did not show up on the stream. Hang on.
I
Sorry.
think it just scooted over to the right. There we go.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's because I full screened it.
Where should I be looking right now?
On the I'm streaming my OBS to you. On Discord.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Okay, I am gonna keep that Jupiter for emotions of loyalty, respect, and comfort, and then I'm going to swap. So my Necromancer special is you may treat any other symbol as Saturn when interpreting spells.
Null is not a symbol.
Null is not a symbol. Okay, I'm replacing the Venus with Saturn,
Cool.
which is emotions of sorrow, ennui, and listlessness. So this is everybody mega depressed, but hey, at least can't we all take comfort in the fact that we're depressed together? At least everyone around me is equally depressed. This kind of misery loves company is exactly the tone that Vega is trying to hit here. And not the company part, the misery part at least he can draw very vividly from personal experience. And so there is a personal and very, very wet tinge to the misery that he is spreading over the island right now.
I think that a good thing to note also, right, is you have specifically made the ruling the ruling body of Isha loyal to each other and miserable and depressed and listless. I wonder what that's going to do to the politics of Isha and the like, I don't know, sorcerer, that's more your domain, but I feel like
Yeah.
there is something from that feels really important as well. That like the ruling body of Isha, the king and all of his people are sad and loyal and
Yeah,
isolationist, right? Withdrawing.
there's a it feels like there's a glut of the nightmares that are like about some sort of incursion, and I think shit's about to get a little scary. I think like I think
Yes.
Is the Halcyon Isle right now is not actually connected to any other island. It is isolated at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking know how Vega got there then.
No, I mean like you can still get there. It's just not. It's
Oh.
not like what do you call it? Like there's no.
It is connected to the outside, to like beyond Isha.
Yeah.
So
that-
it's not. I don't
I
think
thought
it
connection
counts as
required it to be connected
isolated.
to another island, doesn't it? Am I
Uh,
mistaken?
Let me double check.
Isn't the northern route open? Like it's not surrounded by storm, so it's okay, right?
If a wizard's
No, there
isle
is no ship on
disconnected
it.
from all other isles in Asia. There's no boat there though.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh my god, it is difficult to hear because there's someone is sanding a giant concrete foundation
Oh,
outside.
no.
oh no, I'm sorry.
That's me. My bad.
Ships. Do.
It says, Dennis, it says, if a wizard's isle is disconnected from all other isles in Isha.
Ah,
Sad.
So, the Halcyon Isle is alone. Maybe that's a factor as well. If it closes off, if it's unwilling or reluctant to open up again.
Yeah, it really feels like the walls are coming up.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? Like the pirates were really a problem. Like the Otter gang was really a problem that only the nobility actually cared about, and they used it as a pretext to crack down on the population. Neil has reined that in to a degree, and thinks, because he's an idiot and a fascist, that isolating them further means they will cause less problems and that the wheels will just keep turning. But
I
yeah,
think that this should move people closer to the king as much as possible. Like move the Margot into cowardly, move Queen into confidant, move Warlock into Hound. Like I think the king should like
Yeah, everybody's
bunker in.
crunching
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
that's where I can use my wards, though, right?
Oh well no, because this is the king's opinion of you.
Okay, yeah, fair,
This
fair.
has nothing to do with your emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you have 2 against water, you're fine. You've been unaffected.
2 against water, so that's like how much I have in water, right?
Yeah, what's your water?
Oh, my water is 0. No. I'm sad and I have no. Okay, I did not know that's was how it works. Yeah, Neil is
I mean,
the
you're
driest
fully affected.
motherfucker.
Get wetted.
Yeah, and Neil. See, the thing is that at the moment, Neil, the closest person Neil is to is Vega, so that's gonna have other fun stuff attached to it.
Uh-huh. Oh, you know what? I have to look at things now because there's so much
I
going on.
also will say, I don't think that the spell actually changed the mindset of the paramour at all. in terms of whether or not her willingness or conviction or desire to kill the king.
Yeah, the loyalty she feels is not
It's
enough
not-
to change her mind.
Yeah,
So
I can see
notably
that.
for arcane import, it's the emotions, color, like emotions, color, influencing and tinting the spirit. Like, to me, that is not like you. It's like the equivalent of she is feeling these emotions, but her desire to kill, like the man she slept with, I feel like is more like she's gonna maybe be conflicted about it, right?
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
won't.
we've introduced melodrama, but
Yes.
not enough conflict to shake her off.
Yeah, she's
Yay.
not specific enough. The magic was too broad. It was arcane import. It was kind of across a large area, and so it was lower. The power of it was lower across that area. I don't think it produced the change in her that you were seeking.
Oh well. Oops.
Hey,
Good
that's
job,
magic,
bud.
baby.
Nailed it. Vega had
Shall
fun
we-
with this. Vega enjoyed
Shall we
this,
keep
actually.
going forward?
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Warlock.
Well, my last thing to do is to have my meeting with the king. And I put my star here because I actually also just wanna check on Durmond. Like, what's up? What's up with him? Like, what does he want?
Yeah.
I'd love to have like a little scene with the little fucker.
Um. Oh ho ho ho.
So let's remember. Let's like get a refresher on what the king is like. Actually,
He's a rotund, bustly man, if I remember correctly. He's a
he's like clearly the product of inbreeding.
like that sort of shit.
Yeah. So he is a cowardly, like outwardly he appears to be a cowardly people pleaser. Secretly he's a noble champion who actually like wishes the best for his people. But like he wishes he was a two-faced spy master. Like he wants to be edgy about it.
Yeah. And yeah, I think he will call for the aid of his now loyal hound. Actually, would this be a visit at the king's behest, or is this at the warlock's behest?
It's at the king's behest. I was specifically called, right?
Ah,
Yeah, you called for this. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, the king, I think now sat on his throne, has I think cleared out the throne room besides like his most trusted advisors and troops, and kind of gestures for, I think for once for the warlock to not kneel before him, but instead stand next to him for a moment as they speak.
Mhm.
And he
Just to state one thing, Neil has changed outfits, of course, because again, like you have to be extra about it.
Mhm.
So while the outfit has the overall same shape, it is now like in like more warmer and more earthy tones, um, like some browns and some reds, very beastly, some green, and it is and like she has adorned her dress with a fox mask to represent her more like her more like her a change in presence. It's a court of masks.
Yeah. And I think the king kind of slouches back a little bit and says, "There's malaise over the Halcyon Isle. I'm sure you've noticed it."
I have, my friend. I have. Well, no, not my friend. I have, my lord. I have.
Hmm. And yet the people confess my goodness more than ever.
Well, my lord, you are the ruler of Risha, and one who has been trained in these ways. It is quite. It's something to be celebrated, no? That they recognize you for the ruler that you are.
I suppose so. You... You've been well?
I have been of service to my king, I think. And that is all that a warlock needs.
Good.
But Neil is going to kind of like, well, as she says this, she's kind of like very obviously, like she's kind of very obviously like struggling, like she is showing that she is hiding, that she is feeling bad, but like it's kind of like a ploy to make him think that he's like seeing through her. I don't know if you see the thing I'm putting down. Like she's kind of being like, "Yes, I am fine." Like it's,
Yeah.
but like she's doing very subtly in order to make him, pick up on it.
Right. Well, perhaps a little bit of a task might help you feel better. Even better than you are.
Oh, I ask for nothing more than to serve, my lord.
Good. My eldest daughter, she has been in correspondence with someone from a nation, one that is not Isha. I'd like you to, well, she's been rather secretive. I'd like you to find out who she's speaking to.
It shall be done, my lord.
Good. And perhaps I should speak to her, but that day will come. He's like gritting his teeth and breathing in through his teeth quite a bit, and there's like a little whistle when he does it. Yes.
May I speak candidly, my liege?
Of course.
Well, perhaps in these strange times, it would do your family good to take a stroll in the newly blooming orchard of the Alcyon Isle. As I have recently grown the most delightful variety of bitter apples for cider. Perhaps you and your daughter would find a pleasing place for a pleasant chat and perhaps a drink. Heavens above, no. Such drink makes the tongue loose and candid as well. Opening your heart to those closest to you can only lead to a tighter bond, methinks, humbly.
Yes. Let's. I should have the family go. Yes. Good idea. Good plan.
I live to serve, my lord.
Very smart about these things.
Thank you. I do not deserve such praise from you. I shall prove myself worthy of it.
Do we want to move forward?
Yeah. Sorry.
I think, that's it.
Okay.
I'm not.
Awesome. All right. Up next is the Mariner.
Hi.
Oh God, really
Um,
loud, really loud.
What?
You suddenly got really loud.
There's machining happening outside.
Okay, let me just alter your your mic loudness, because
I have changed nothing about it.
yeah, I don't know. Okay, I've lowered you a little bit.
Okay, cool. Um, so Dennis is going to take a keg or so this is
Right.
also my star. Um, Dennis is going to be taking a barrel of pulp mead of some kind and that cool big piece of driftwood he found with his wife and make his way over to the orrery.
Oh,
Um, here to see his good friend Sleepyhead.
oh, brother. I mean, Sleepyhead is here. I think
Yeah,
Sleepyhead
he'll
is like kind of idly like watching some of these little agriculture boats move about the isle. And yeah.
and he sees along these boats an ever familiar little Tartaran. Um, with an ever familiar seaweed haired uh boy boy wizard.
Wizard
Um
boy.
yeah, wizard boy.
Blizzard.
I say playing the second old one of the older wizards, lol.
Hmm.
Um does the Ori have like a tower or not tower, have like a front door or something that's like locked?
Yeah, I imagine there's a I mean there's like the tower that holds the orrery. Um
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think there's a front door. Um
Cool. Yeah, he's going to, if the door is locked, knock on the door. If not, just walk in.
I think it is locked, and Sleepyhead will kind of get up from his little chair that's like set outside and step towards Dennis and like quietly shoulder in and just unlock the door and say, my good friend, the Mariner, how do you do?
I'm doing well, sorcerer. I didn't see you outside.
Oh, I was keeping an eye. Would you like to come in? I can get something brewing.
Yes, I was looking for your assistance in something.
Oh, well.
The Now, forgive me if this is a gross overassumption on your skills, but the previous sorcerer had a knack for creating magical items.
Let's step inside
And
first. I don't want to speak about that in the earshot of
yes, of course.
agriculturalists.
Of course, of course. Yeah, walking inside.
It's a cozy place. It's a little dusty, but it's
Yeah.
nice. It's lined with like various jars and urns and like uh, treatises um, and like things that are locked up with like chains and locks that are from the previous sorcerer that Sleepyhead has not dared open. Um,
Mhm.
and a little seating spot in the center and a kettle, which I think Sleepyhead will fill up with water and put on. Sleepyhead is wearing, I think, just like a comfortable robe, in kind of like cunty mode. Absolutely, like girl mode. I mean,
Covering the oh, no face covering.
uh, Maybe a little now that Dennis is here.
I hope, of course, my intrusion is no issue to what you had planned for the time being. Um,
Sleepyhead kind of tilts his head a little bit and says, "Oh no, your presence is very welcome, in fact."
Wonderful. Well, gestures towards the giant hunk of driftwood he has carried in, and towards the barrel that smells of sweet honey. I have brought you a barrel of some seaweed brew that my men have been making in return for this.
Hmm. I
Uh,
appreciate it.
but I was hoping you could aid me in the creation of a staff.
A staff. Yes, I could help with a
Yes,
staff.
that's good. I feel omens of sorts that things are going to get not good
Hmm.
in the coming months or years, and I would prefer not to use a sword.
Yes, I understand. I I have all people could. Um, what would you like the staff to do? I can't promise the
Well,
magic will go perfectly, but I can at least have aims.
of course. I was expecting, or I was hoping that it would be possible to imbibe it with some sort of sundering spell,
Hmm.
something that makes an object simply rot and grow a fungus.
Something of this nature sounds possible to me.
Good. And something not too over the top. You know how I like to do my magic.
Yes, of course. I. Besides the barrel, would you mind if I asked one last thing in return?
Of course, anything for my friend.
Uh, Sleepyhead is gonna like undo his face mask a little bit and sit down on his table. um and like give a winning smile towards Dennis. Um and just say I there's no way I'm gonna get through all this myself. Gestures towards the barrel. Would you
Raises an eyebrow.
would you stay with me?
Of course. I've had, to be truthful, I have assumed I was going to be spending a non insignificant amount of time here.
Hmm. I am very excited to get to know you. I've heard that things are quite different on the sea with regards to well, connections. Raises an
They
eyebrow.
are.
Hmm.
It's rather lonely.
Well, it's rather
Um,
lonely here as well.
well, it's good to be in similar company then.
Yes, perhaps we can work to resolve each other's problems. uh, and
Let's
then
hope so.
the tea finishes and the kettle whistles. Yeah. Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Let's cast some spells.
Oh hell yeah. So actually, librarian, how would this? So it seems like what Dennis is suggesting is immediately casting a spell together. I'm not sure how that would work.
It doesn't. You can't cast a spell together. Only one wizard can cast a spell at a time.
Okay, so then
Yeah, this is
If you're working on a treasure, it is possible for one of you to do magic to work on the treasure and the other one to do magic to continue the treasure, but you can't like cast you can't do one spell as two people.
right, and presumably I can't
Yeah.
do a spell during because this is Dennis's scene.
No, you can. A wizard can do a spell in any scene they're in.
Okay, so we could do a little bit each, or Sleepyhead could just do a spell here. So I guess it'd be creation of treasure staff, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at the text.
It has two parts, but the actual construction of the staff and like etching runes into it, and then the binding a spell
Right. Okay.
into it.
So let's say. Ba ba ba. So I guess first would be the construction, as you said,
Yeah.
either personal or arcane. Yeah. I don't want to guide this too much. If you want to kind of take us through this librarian.
Do-do-do.
Absolutely. So I'm so sorry, you're doing a staff, right?
Yes, we're doing construction of the stave.
All right. So, you wanna? Is this going to be arcane?
I was thinking
Stave?
on it being arcane.
Yeah. From where did the tree come from? Where did the wood from the you're using come from?
Driftwood.
Great. That would be water.
Yeah.
So make sure you have somewhere to record the properties of your stave.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay. Let me know how many waters you have, and we'll roll that many arcane.
Creation of staff, water. Do. My mariner is currently at 4 water.
Great.
Hell yeah! All right, let's give that a roll. Hopefully you get at least one of the things that you need. 1, 2,
Let's hope.
3, 4. Okay, you did.
2 mercury,
Oh.
water, and null.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The spell is sturdy. Sorry, the stave is sturdy. The stave shimmers and glows with magical energy. If you call the stave's name, it will lift into the air and fly into your hand.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
It cannot be used as a
good.
weapon. It's worth noting.
Yeah.
And the second question is, what is the spell bound within the stave?
I was thinking Sunder.
Cool.
Where is it?
What import?
Of Arcane.
Do you want Sleepyhead to do that half, or do you want to do that yourself?
I think Dennis was hoping that Sleepyhead would do that part, as he... I don't think Dennis really likes using more, like, destructive magics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, Sundering.
Also, otherwise, it would mean that you are doing magic you're doing a bunch of magic in the presence of another wizard, and you get your bonus when you're alone.
Yeah.
So it'd just be kind of probably should take advantage of having the other wizard there somehow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So we gotta look at Sundering. And also I gotta figure out
Yes.
what the stat situation for our sorcerer is. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. Okay. So I guess it's really a question of what we want this to be able to sunder, right?
So
Uh-huh.
it says Dennis wanted to do arcane, so it can sunder any object smaller than a house or living
Yeah.
beings.
Cool. And then elementally, how does that work?
What's your pick? Does it have to be the same? Let me see if it has to be the same element as the stave.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I bet you it does. That seems yes, it does. So it has to be water.
Okay, well, good thing
It has to be a
Sleepyhead.
mold. A gross ass mold stave.
Yeah, Sleepyhead is a
Yeah.
wet-pilled water cell, so
Nice.
Young.
Wet pact overall.
yeah, so we're gonna roll arcane. Water should be 3. 1, 2, 3. So that is 3 symbols, which is good.
Do you want to change any of them? Because you're the sorcerer.
Let me sift first, and then I'll.
Yeah.
So Luna is any magical properties of the target are lost. If it is a magical being, it may cast magic no longer, and if it's a magical object, it will no longer serve as such. Holy shit, that's scary. The target is sundered quickly, too fast for any present to prevent or escape. That's good. The cracks sink into the root of the target, causing it to fully and utterly come undone, with nothing functional remaining. I don't think Sleepyhead wants, as much as Sleepyhead likes Dennis, I don't think Sleepyhead wants Dennis to have the Luna power.
I don't think Dennis wants that.
Yeah.
You could change it to Mars.
Yeah, I'm thinking either Mars or
You can't. It has to be another symbol on the die. So it has to be
Okay.
something I can do.
Yeah, let's go
Because you're
with...
like picking up and changing the die.
Gotcha. Let's go with Mars. I think Mars is a good one for this. The target is sundered violently, exploding in all directions and hurting those near. I wish I could actually do that with this tool. Actually, I might be able to. Yeah, here. There we go. Sick.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so let me write these down. Actually, do you want to write them down, Lilith?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a real quick second.
Yeah, we'll let you situate all of that.
Yeah. Mercury 1.
Oop.
Mercury 2. I'm just noting down the symbols that the staff itself has.
Yeah.
And then Sunder, you got Mars, Venus, Jupiter. Good. This is basically what I wanted.
Hey, Dennis, I have a question.
Yeah.
Has Dennis fallen in love
In general,
with Sleepyhead?
maybe.
Interesting.
We'll see.
Interesting. Smiles. Okay. Alright.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So Mars 1,
yeah, it was Mars.
Jupiter 1, Venus 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
You don't necessarily need to mark ones for those, because it's, you know, those spells only have
Oh, yeah.
or those elements only have 1 each that's available. But yeah, awesome.
Cool. And we have to name this because it's of arcane import.
Yeah, what's the staff called?
I think while carving it, Dennis is thinking about this staff as a tool, and the staff as like something practical and made with a friend. I think he's going to name it. I haven't got figured out how I want the Fey languages to be like sound,
Mhm.
but I think it's going to be something of the undersea Fey language for the word grace.
Cool. Love that. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, the librarian.
On the Old is doing old magic.
Oh, the
Powerful
old.
magic. I've been building up all month to this. I'm in fact going to pull out. Eclipse, I need you to roll some d12s for me.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
I believe is correct. Yeah, we're always mythic import here, baby. So this month, I lay out a great I'm in my workspace. All my students have left. I still have their notes. I'm surrounded by the kind of the great the large expanse of my tent, which has grown larger in my absence, and or in my presence. It is dark. I don't need the light to see. Archimedes, my mouse is there. It feels as if a chunk of the library has been pulled out and placed atop this stormy mountain, Anisha. And laying out several large pieces of paper, I begin to work on certain calculations. I will begin with. What can I begin with? I will begin with the breasts and ribs of my creation. I need you to roll for me 3d12 and
Okay.
1d10 as well.
Is this a specific spell just so I can have it on screen?
Yes, this is anthropogenesis.
Oh.
Go down to the outer sphere.
Yeah, we're here.
For I am creating a body.
Okay. All right. So it's 3d12.
3d12 and 1d10.
Bop, 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 bop.
What do we got? We have Saturn, Venus. Oh, this is awful. I scribble out the piece of paper. I will not be performing this part of the spell. I move on then to my creation's thighs and knees. So can you roll all that and another d12? So 4d12 and a d10.
Yes, I'm just gonna add it to the pool and then I'm gonna roll them all.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, they're coming.
Ooh. 3 Jupiters, a Neptune, and a Mercury. This means that my body is sturdy and workmanlike, fast and lithe, and alien monstrably and unmistakably inhuman. Thighs and knees being inhuman.
Oh.
Can I get a hit on what that visual is?
For me, it's like
He's very strong, pretty fast, and notably inhuman.
yeah.
This
Sorry.
being like something that you describe as kind of violent. May I step in to offer the speech?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, so maybe it is because I'm biased because that's the head of my house, but I'm thinking hooves, like something very like cow-like.
Unfortunately, this is not feet. This is thighs and knees.
Oh, so yeah, it's more. So it's more like the high, like these resemble kind of like some kind of bovine's thighs, like
Yeah,
very
maybe they're
muscular
hairy
and furry,
and yeah,
very sinewy.
yeah.
Yeah. To
Okay,
me,
I am now going to do. Yeah, sorry, go for it.
alien and violent also kind of speaks to me as like I'm imagining like almost like slitted like a lacrosse stick and then like
Yeah.
spikes in places that are like bent in weird ways, like the way that like Aku in Samurai Jack spikes are bent, where they like point
Yeah.
up, like that one Japanese like mauling weapon.
I'm gonna pitch spiny and hairy.
Ooh, yeah.
And then finally, I'm gonna add to another. I'm gonna work on another part of my beautiful, very early project as I'm sketching it out into the charts.
Mhm.
Can you take out one more D? Can you remove a D12 so it's 3 D12 and a D10?
Yes.
As I am going to we're gonna try and make my new body's genitalia.
Awesome.
Let's
Alright.
see what my genitals are like. Let's see what my new body's genitals will be like. Or
New
this body's
body,
genitals.
new genitals.
Yay!
Let's see. What are we cooking with? All right. Well, I don't know if this will do. Let's see. Um Yeah, it looks okay. We have sturdy, we have healthy and round, fattened with life. We got feminine. It's a Gucci, and unfortunately treacherous, liable to fail, and works against the rest of the body.
My damnable treacherous pussy. It failed.
Jeez,
It works against me.
That's what cookies are like.
Dentata. Vaginal dentata.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not keeping this, unfortunately. I will not be having a treacherous pussy upon my creation.
Yeah.
I
I'm not having a
Terrible
treacherous
sex
pussy
practice
upon my
here.
creation.
I'm good. Orb the Old has done all the work he's gonna get done this month. He actually wait, hold on, let me see if there are any other ones I can just maybe bang out real quick. Oh, let me try one more body part. Let me try arms and hands.
Okay.
So I can do that one also. So that's a lot fewer. That's actually Oh no, I can't do that one. Never mind. Sorry,
Alright.
I don't have any water.
Damn. Okay.
So instead, I will
dry.
simply, if I had water, I have 0 water right now because we're isolated and I don't have my homunculus. If I was to try this, I'd have to keep the results, and that feels too risky. So I'm good. I've done my work upon anthropogenesis. I have begun sketches, but they're like the students come and find me the next morning, and I am furious and frustrated, and there are like piles of ripped up paper and vellum lying around me.
Yeah. Just sketches. So many sketches of treacherous pussy on Norm's desk.
Pussies.
And also strange knees.
Treacherous pussy.
The treacherous pussy.
Awesome. Alright, I gotta cast my spell. And do my star, which is well, I mean, first of all, Sleepyhead's gonna go visit his mom. Star Netta, who is old and sickly and has been for a long time. I think Sleepyhead blames a lot of that on his father. And I don't think that's a suspicion without merit. You know, when a guy like that wants power, he makes the people around himself weak, or debilitated, and I think that's what he did to Sleepyhead's mother. But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone want to play Sleepyhead's mom in a scene?
I would, but there's a. I don't know how easy I am to hear the construction outside.
You sound okay.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm down.
Cool. Yeah, so I think Sleepyhead, I think Star Netta lives on the island. Lives on the star. And Sleepyhead, I think it's in like a smaller house kind of on the edge of the island. And Sleepyhead kind of approaches gently, knocks on her door, and waits for a response.
Yeah, I think you. I think you hear her kind of being like, "Come in." I don't think she like physically gets up to open the door for you.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a kind of cluttered little house.
Um,
It's cozy.
Sleepyhead will gently open the door and step in, and say, "Hello, mother. It's good to see you again."
It's good to see you too. But how have you been? How's my son been?
Sleepyhead will close the door and then sit down at the end of the bed, and I think it has been thumbing the talisman of the Wizard King the whole time, and kind of nods once and says, "I've been all right. I'm just trying to make sure things are all okay and good and well, you know,
Hmm.
do the best that I can."
That's good.
I
You- Yeah, go ahead.
I found something. Something arrived at my doorstep, and
Oh,
he holds out the talisman. Um, I have been studying this thing, trying to determine just what it does, and I've come to understand it, I think. It is. It was the possession of the Wizard King, a powerful wizard, and I may. Uh, I may use it to remove the injunction that's been placed upon your body. The illness. If you so desire.
yeah. Mhm. It would be nice to move around more.
Mm-hmm.
But you, are you sure it would work
Oh,
like that?
my dear mother, not a question of whether the magic works, I just... Well, I, I just wanted to make sure it's something that you want.
Listen, boy, I you know how long I've been around in the events that occurred before your wizard ship.
Yes, I do. I was there for much of it. Well, I suppose not that much. I'm
It's
relatively
okay.
young.
Well, I would, on the surface of it, I think I would like at least some reprieve from the curse I have been given. I am worried about side effects, if you will. Uh,
Uh, Sleepyhead thumbs the talisman for a moment. I am too, if I'm honest, but I wouldn't worry about yourself. I think if there are side effects, they will come for me first. These things do not just arrive without a cost.
what would happen to you?
Don't know. I don't know who gave this to me. I don't know why they left this for me, but I have to use it. I have to use it for something. I have to...
I think your mother kind of reaches her like shaky old woman hand out and grabs Sleepyhead's hand. You don't have to be. Hmm. It is okay if you are unsure of something. I am not going to suddenly wither away into a cloud of dust.
Hmm.
I want. What is important to me is that you are safe. If this magics would end with you having anything similar to this, I would not want that.
Sleepyhead is going to use the fact that she's use the moment where she is touching his hand to use the power of the talisman to cure any illness
Oh,
that is going to heal her.
oh.
Now, like, what does that mean? Like, it's really interesting. There's a lot of ideology in the phrase "cure
Yeah.
any illness," right?
Yes, there is.
That like
And this
you
is a
know,
gift from the devil, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So I think because the devil's not here, I think ideally we would ask Mom, right? If I may as tome keeper, if I may suggest that like what what elements are, yeah, I guess like can you actually post the full text of it for us?
Yeah,
I just
absolutely.
want to or like pull it up on your panel.
Yeah, I can do that. Here. Actually, is that the best way to do it? I can't like copy it here. Duplicate this tab, put that in my stream view. Unfortunately, I have a lot of windows open with a lot of tabs, so I gotta like.
Yes, that is a classic.
Yeah, there we go.
I replied to it in the text chat.
Yes,
Oh,
if you'd like to
thank
give it a
you.
quick
Yeah.
look, but I will also show it on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
It is this thing, page, let's say.
May remove any illness or ill health from those in his presence.
Yeah.
And I feel like I think that illness and ill health is probably in the mind of the person afflicted. Like what qualifies as ill health is something measured by the person who is ill, not by the like, so like if they do not believe that what they have is, that's not true. No, because you can be cured of illness even if they do believe. I think that I feel like ideologically it lines up with norms, right? Like it's that anything that makes you like anything that renders you unable to be like the person that like the, you know,
Yeah.
like that it is the devil applying social norms,
That's really
or the
interesting.
sorcerer king who created it applying social norms.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Starnetta feels better. Big quotation marks. Like the pains that are normally there are relieved. The urge to cough is relieved.
Mm-hmm.
the things that I imagine Starnet associates with uh, whatever the last sorcerer did is not there
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your mother's when you do this, your mother's eyes kind of go wide a little bit. Um, because I feel like this would be something that's like immediately noticeable.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's gonna be. My father got a couple hundred years, but I don't know how long I'll have. I I gotta smoke 'em while I got 'em.
I see. Thank you.
Don't
I
don't. You don't have to thank me. Please don't thank me.
okay.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, my dear boy. Think
Mm,
kinda lifts up and holds like tries to pull Sleepyhead into a bit of a hug.
Sleepyhead will take the hug and say, I wanted to do one last thing before I go. Your
Yeah.
your plant pot has been empty for a while. I wanted to make you something special with magic.
Oh,
Yes, a nice flower.
I see. I suppose it would look nice and liven up the area a bit. Yeah.
Good, good. And yeah, Sleepyhead's gonna start working on plants. We've cast this particular spell a lot of times, but it's a fun one.
It's
it's a
my
good one. It's a
favorite
good one.
spell.
Mm-hmm.
So, buttocks. Sorry, I just I believe it's creation of cultivating flora. So I think it's gonna be a single plant, and plants or flowers domesticated by man. So fire personal, if that is okay with the
Mm-hmm.
uh, tome keeper.
Makes sense to me. Yeah.
Awesome. What do I actually have for fire? I have +1 because of her. Oh yeah, I have 3 for fire. Awesome. So that will be 3 personal die. And oh, there needs to already be a plant, right? Because you're making a
Mm,
plant grow.
yes, you're not conjuring a plant from nothing. You are. You could, if you'd rather, you could turn the dirt into. You could turn the plant on the. You could turn the pot with no plant in it into a pot with a plant in it. You could like transform it. You could
Oh,
do
that could be interesting.
transformation.
Yeah, let's do transformation because I
I
uh
guess like you turn the
Ooh.
dirt into a dirt with a plant in it.
yeah, because specifically what there's an element to this which is that uh Sleepyhead wants to transmute, basically wants to make the plant that appeared in the librarian's dreams by like transmuting some of the text from his tome um onto the petals of the plant. um
Mm.
Curious.
I don't know if that would be anything additional.
I think that would be I mean looking at transformation real quick. I think that you're gonna want to do at least arcane import so that the form can be specific, and
Yeah.
potentially mighty import so that the form can be wise.
Yeah. Sorry, what's the name of the spell?
Transformation. It's the first one.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Where does it say the wise thing?
I'm looking at symbols because Luna is
Oh.
wise. So Luna is specific and Neptune is wise.
Okay.
So if you want mighty import, then you should be able to get Neptune in there.
Okay. So 1D mighty. Vast group of beings beyond his vision. There's maybe what this is
Well, you can also cast at a higher import than
oh, okay.
if then like you can import up. It's just the
Gotcha.
thing, right? Is that like what you're making, if you're trying to make a flower that has specific text written on it, and that text contains the wisdom of a wizard, that is itself cosmologically very powerful. It's very
Right.
mighty, even if it is a mundane object.
Cool.
Right, like what you're producing is very magical and big.
It's not a beast, but I think that we can use these like as guidance for like where this comes from. It's probably Earth.
It would be Earth. I would say
yeah.
Earth.
I think that makes a lot of sense, which means that I roll 0. Oh.
Oh.
Oh boy.
What does 0 mean?
That means you still roll one die, but you have to keep whatever you get. You can't like choose not to cast the spell. Like you roll and you do your sorcerer special and you get that one result and that's it. Which I think it means you're not going to be able to produce the thing you want.
Okay, can I make an argument for fire? Because this was the image was born in the realms of dream.
Okay, yes, because it was born in the realms of dreams. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Like it was born. It was for sure. Like you are transforming a thing that you put into my head before this.
Yeah. Okay.
You laid the seeds.
So we'll do Mythic 3. Or sorry, Mighty 3.
Yeah.
Cool. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck.
Wow, that's rough. That's fucked.
Yeah.
You can, you could change one of those nulls into a Jupiter, and then the form remains, and also the form is flexible, but it won't be specific, it won't be convincing, it won't be containing specific knowledge.
Right.
I love how this is the spell that is hardest.
Yeah. Yeah, let's turn one of these into Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can let me remind myself. Right, okay. Yes, actually let me look at the Am I looking at the yeah. Now could I choose to just not have Jupiter on any of these? I guess I need that for it to be...
Yeah, but if you don't have Jupiter, then it disappears after a day.
Right, okay.
So, like, thanks, right?
Yeah, interesting. Alright, and flexible is...
The form where it can choose to slide in and out of it, which I don't think is relevant because you're turning an inanimate object into another inanimate object.
Right.
So you got probably the worst result you could have rolled.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Yeah. Do you want to go through with it?
No.
Yeah. The magic is not... The winds of magic do not blow in your favor.
Yeah, I think
Never mind,
this...
Mom. Sorry.
This might need to be like the first thing that I do next month. Just trying it again.
Yeah. It might also be if you go into the realm of dreams and go grab the flower.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a move. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think Sleepyhead just kind of looks towards Star and Etta and it's just like, not happening today. Sorry. I'll try again.
It's okay, dear. Gives a gentle smile.
Do you mind if I stay and read a while?
Of course.
God. Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Is that end of month? Do we have anything else?
That's the end of the month. We
Okay.
wizard mood, and that's it.
Yay!
We have not taken a break. How do y'all feel
Yeah.
about taking 5?
Let's
Yeah.
take 5, and then let's do like 10 on the wizard mood, and then let's wrap up.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
perfect.
So that's the thing is, I want to head out around.
Oh
4,
yeah, we're
so-
like in it. Actually,
We're
Three,
like
four.
down to the wire, yeah.
do we? Hmm.
I
I sh-
would personally rather just do 10 now and then wrap, and that's just like we can like we've been all taking breaks periodically throughout
Yeah.
this. Like I don't think we need to call for a dedicated bio thing because
Yeah.
I've noticed like each of us have stepped away for 5 or have taken our bios at various
Okay.
points as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So let's just get into it.
Yeah, this game works in my experience better if you just kind of if it's more meandering, you let people drift in and out than if you like that's just easier for its structure. So.
Yeah.
This is true.
Slam and jam.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I didn't mention for folks, all the commands work. Like if you want to like learn about me or Jay or
Yeah.
or Lilith or
Ooh.
Wendy or Ira, like you can just put in the commands and you'll get immediate information on them, who they're playing, and you'll get their itch. So yeah.
Yay.
But yeah, the wizard mood. Sleepyhead is there. Dennis is presumably also there, right?
Yep.
Neil is there.
Vega's here.
We're all here.
Yeah, Orm is here. Orm is here on time. But
Neil,
it's very
same way.
rainy, right? It's still storming here as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Orm, I think, is like wrapped in a heavy shawl and accompanied by students who are like keeping the rain off of his books.
Yeah. Well, welcome. It's been a quiet month for me, but we'll get into it. Without further ado, Necromancer, Vega, please begin.
Vega's so hungover. He was here on time, but he's so hungover, and he has his hat pulled all the way down over his face. And he goes, yeah, quiet, nothing happened. Suspiciously quiet, actually. Expecting that next month is going to be really, really terrible. That's it. And he's not going to mention going to the Halcyon Isle at all.
Do you require any aid if things are going to be really, really terrible?
Oh, I will let you know when the terrible comes.
It will be hard for us to step in if things go bad during. Would you perhaps like to convene a rendezvous?
Sorry, I just brain farted so hard.
Okay.
I think that Vega just kind of slumps down on the table and he goes, yeah, if you want, you come over, we see how things are. They're fine though. I'm just it's feels
Very well.
feels really horrible.
I shall not step on your toes.
He is now just a puddle with a hat.
Yeah.
And Neil, the warlock.
Well, things are getting sorted out. I have ousted a scion of the devil. It has been quite useful. I am getting the court sorted out. Things are getting rather quiet. I still have to deal with the matter of this assassin in the court, but she will be dealt with in due time.
And the mariner.
Oh, well. The past 2 months, I apologize for my absence last moods. A organization beyond the seas of Isha were making rather horrendous threats towards my wonderful Solavana. So I had to deal with that. This month, much like everyone else, seems to be rather calm. There is a rather heavy front of typhoons coming from the south. Gestures out the window to the storm. There's a little bit more than I can handle, so I'm going to hope that within the coming months they dissipate and leave Isha. I'll be making sure that no one is without aid. Yeah. It has been a simple time.
I'm glad. Of course, you and I have caught up already, but Orm the Old,
Indeed.
the librarian, please.
The library has fared worse storms than this, and we will continue to fare these storms. We would appreciate aid from the other isles, but we are not unfamiliar with holding our ground. I have been embarking upon my projects of magic, working as I will, but you must allow an old man his hobbies.
I see. I myself have been, well, working on the Fallen Star, making it a nicer place. I figure if you all are going to be visiting so often, then it should be as it is, and it should be the best it can be. And beyond that, I have been... My attention has been on the dreams. Long, long hours. They have not been very fierce yet, but I'll be watching. Well, is there anything else? Anything that
I
anyone needs
believe
help
that is
with?
all.
Well then, I suppose next time we will reconvene, ideally with our phone number, or something like it. Adjourned. Alright.
Wonderful.
Yay!
That'll lead
Woo!
us into a new month next session.
Wonderful.
Um,
Wonderful. What a lovely quiet month.
What a lovely,
Yeah.
quiet month.
Nothing bad happened. We only did
Genuinely nothing bad
some
happened.
unethical shit.
That was such a chill month.
Yeah. You've heard of the quiet year. Yeah, does anyone, let's do a quick little round, I throw all your itches up. Let's do a quick little round, just like, who are you, and is there anything you want folks to go look at? Starting with Ira.
I'm Ira Prince again. And what I would love for people to look at actually is there are still 4 days to pick up the TTRPGs for Palestine bundle that's on itch right now. I'm gonna pop that in that. It's like
We're
600
both
something.
in that. We're both in that. Hello.
I'm also
in
in that, yeah.
We're also in
Yeah, I'm also in that.
Yeah.
So if
believe
you want to
anything.
check out a bunch of our games, you can get them all in one fell swoop by getting this bundle, and those proceeds are going to medical aid for Palestinians. So, check it out, and also please send the link to anyone that you think might be interested, just so we can get that in front of as many people's eyes as possible before the bundle ends.
Indeed.
Wendy.
I would like to second that, of course. Also, I have been Wendy. If you would like to support anything right now, yes, definitely do throw your support behind the ongoing, the ongoing, like the defense and hate to Palestine. Do make sure also to reach out to any local organizations who may be looking for hands. You would be surprised how many ways you can help if you just reach out. But otherwise, you can also check my HIO and give me money to live. That is also an acceptable use of your buying power. Um, and I will be happy to see you there.
Cool.
Yay! I'm Lilith, Lilac Leviathan. I've been playing Dennis. I don't have anything in it, but you should. I'm just going to third the Games for Palestine bundle. It's really cool. Thumbs up.
Cool.
Hi.
Jay?
Hello, I'm Jay. I am the creator of this game you just that we've been playing. Obviously, support Palestine, but I'm gonna talk about other things as well. Useba's Bed and Breakfast, which is a project I've been working on for the past 5 years, came out earlier this month. So, if that's something you'd be interested, you should go check it out. Additionally, you should go and support the Possum Creek Patreon, patreon.com/Possum Creek, because I recently posted a new draft of the Warlock. 3 of the 7 wizards have had their new drafts done, making the rules a lot clearer, making them a bit longer. We're kind of working on getting those docs good. The Warlock has some of my favorite rules for combat I've ever written. I'm very excited for people to see the new version, so please do check that out.
Hell yeah. I have been Eclipse. You're already watching me, but I will, I don't know which one I am. Check out that T-shirt for Palestine bundle. When you get it, look up We Who Travel by Starlight, which is a game that I made that is only available through that bundle right now. You're gonna... It's maybe one of the better games I've made, and you can only get it through that at the moment, so give that a look. And also check out patreon.com/darlingdemongames if you want to look at some freaking weird gay shit, and also get like all of Sapphic World for like $5.
Yay, gay shit.
Yeah, gay shit.
Yay.
And yeah, take care everyone. We're gonna raid Gauntlet Queen, who's playing Thousand Year Door, and yeah, bye.
Wee.
Remember,
Bye.
if you don't like what you
Bye.
see, you can change it. It's up to you, really. Goodbye, good luck, and have fun